All right, I officially call this meeting to order at 10:34. Aisha, can I get a roll call, please?
Mark K. President.
Present.
Mark K. President is president. Vice President Aisha Abdul-Jabbar, present. Student Senate Representative Naomi.
Present.
Perfect. Student Representative Naomi is present. Model UN.
Present. Sorry.
Perfect. No, it's all right. The Afghanistani Club.
Present.
Perfect. The Afghanistani Club is present. And back to you, Mark. Oh, quorum has been met. Just letting you know. Mark? Hello, Mark, are you there?
And now you can hear me. So awesome. Quorum has been met. So we'll go ahead and move on to adoption of the agenda. That's a good one. I was wondering why you were saying hello. Are you there? So yeah, no objections. We're going to adopt the agenda. We'll move on to approval of the minutes. Aisha just sent the minutes out, and they will be up on the website. So if you want to view them, you can see them on the website. So
They are not on the website yet.
Not yet. They will be. So we have no objections. Hearing and seeing no objections, we'll go ahead and approve the minutes for 10/20/2020. And we'll move on to chair's message. Hello, everybody. I'm still laughing internally for my mute mic being on. It's funny. I think I was at a meeting last week and we were talking about facial expressions on Zoom, and sometimes you forget your camera's on when there's a whole bunch of participants. So you always got to remember that. Glad you guys can join. I'm hoping that we start getting some more clubs and reps to join. Last week was pretty cool. I think I ended up counting like 12 reps or 12 individuals joining the meeting. So that was awesome. I don't have too much to discuss today. I got a lot to talk about in the new business. So with that, I'll pass it over to Brett.
All right, y'all. Aloha, happy Tuesday. There's gonna be a lot of distractions going on for me this meeting. Between my daughter, I'm putting on, let's see, what show is this? Jake and the Neverland Pirates. And I also have a delivery coming at some point. So if you see me run around, that's just my life this morning. So I apologize. Just a couple quick updates as I hit play on this. One, I don't know if you saw it, but the spring schedule came out yesterday. So if you are an eager beaver and you want to start planning your life for spring, those classes are now out so you can see them. Think priority reg. I can't remember the deadline. It's usually, or first day, it's usually sometime mid-November if I'm not mistaken. But check your e-services to see your registration dates. One thing that I do know is, and it was the same for fall, is that there was a 10% reduction in classes due to budget. So make sure that you are mapping out what you need to take for transfer, graduation, personal enrichment, and have a backup plan in case you don't get into those classes. So whether that's scheduling a counseling appointment or whatever you need to do, make sure you do that earlier rather than later. Let's see, on Friday are the president impression panels. So well, some of you may not know how that process works. Just real briefly, the ARC president, Thomas Green, is resigning in December. So they have to hire a new president. And part of the process is that students actually get to help with the interview process. So There are 4 candidates, I believe, that have moved on to the second round. And it's kind of chartered through Senate, but anyone can participate. So it's Friday starting at 12:10. The questions are due to HR by Wednesday. So I know Naomi has been spearheading that. And Naomi, I have not looked at that Google Drive yet this morning, but I will when we're done here today. I have to submit those by tomorrow. My only ask, if you're interested, well, 1, let me know if you're interested, but 2, I ask that you stay for all 4 interviews, just to be fair to the candidates and, to the fellow folks that are going to be on. So if you have a meeting at 1:30, then probably you don't want to come on Friday just because you'll miss like 2 or 3 candidates. So, and I'll explain how the process works on Friday for anyone that's interested and send out a Zoom link and all that stuff. Other than that, I don't really have many other updates. So, I mean, as always, I always think of something like as soon as I hand it back over to Mark. So probably in public comment, I'll remember to have something, but for now, that's it. So Mark, I hand it back to you. Thank you.
Awesome. This time I unmuted my mic. So we'll go ahead and move on to public comment. This time is reserved for members of the public to address the clubs and events board on issues not already appearing on the agenda. A limit of 2 minutes per speaker shall be observed with a maximum of 4 minutes per topic. No discussion is allotted on public comment. The law does not permit any action to be taken nor extended discussion of any items not on the agenda. The ASB clubs and events board may briefly respond to statements made for questions posed. However, for further information, please contact ASB C.A.E.B president for the item of discussion to be placed on a future agenda. Do we have any public comment? Nope, hearing none and seeing none, we'll go ahead and move over to appointments and swearing in. We have no appointments and swearing in. Move over to unfinished business, no unfinished business. Jump right into it. New business 10.1, club engagement project. This time shall be reserved to discuss how to engage clubs and possibly collaborate with each other. I'm gonna go ahead, and I think last week I did share. Did you guys remember seeing Booth Central? Yeah, and Matt, was you on meeting last week? No. Okay, so I'll give you a quick little brief thing for Booth Central, just so everybody can see it. Give me 1 second. Share desktop. Boom. So you guys can still hear me? Yes. Okay. I'm gonna give you a quick little tutorial on
vendors within your trade show. So we'll show you down here. We'll scroll down, and down here we have all the vendors. So this was an art festival. We had 36 vendors for this event. Each vendor has they can upload their own images, logos, cover photos, anything they want as far as images go, a description of their business, a link to their website or their Etsy shop or whatever they want to do. And they can also upload a video, more of an intro video, and then the attendees can click it and kind of get an intro of what's going on and who they are and kind of build engagement with these vendors. So it's a cool feature to add engagement. Now, what is really makes this more unique.
So me showing that, I just wanted to kind of share. That's what I want to use for the clubs to create the very first one would be ASB. And I'm thinking I'm going to talk to Student Senate and see if they're on board as well. So that way it's not just C.A.E.B on the main front screen. So that way, if it is ASB for both of us, each one of those little blocks are going to be a club. And then that way, when we do the virtual club day, I want to utilize the Booth Central. It is kind of pricey according to Mario. So I have to kind of do some looking into it and possibly some negotiation and setting up a nice little budget. And we might have to go to Student Senate for this budget just because they charge per an event. So that was my main thing. I wanted to try to make sure we get all the clubs involved and just kind of have them collaborate with each other. Does anybody have any ideas or suggestions or anything like that on how we can do this? Go ahead, Naomi.
So I think what one thing Mario suggested was instead of having the clubs be the booths, he wanted to have like the different student services, or like a career center, and so I just like that was his original plan. So I wondered, are we planning on going through with that, or involving more of the
I
clubs?
remember him mentioning. I remember him mentioning how you wanted to do have each department basically have the thing. We can do both. We can just. I like the Booth Central. I like the way their platform is set up. So I'm wondering if we could possibly utilize it for both realms. Have one for virtual club days, and then have the other one for student services and like a resource fair, I guess you can kind of say. But yeah, no, we're still going with the original what we talked about. Any other ideas, suggestions, or anything like that on how we can interact and get the clubs to start collaborating together and get more engagement? No, nobody has any suggestions. Yeah.
So I think one thing we need to think about right now is how we want to publicize this. Just publicizing anything right now in this setting is really difficult. So what we want to make sure that we have enough time, like that we're publicizing this way in advance from when we're actually doing this.
Okay.
That's how I see it anyway. So yeah, so I don't know how much in advance, but I think we want to consider that. And then for actual method of publicizing, I think one thing could be to reach out to professors or even the academic senate and see if they're willing to help in publicizing this for us too.
Yeah, that sounds good. I like that idea. And I know we have that little block with Scott Crow in the ARC News today, so I know we can probably get on that. Thanks to Aisha's hard work on reaching out to Scott Crow and getting that set up. Good job on that. So yeah, so I like that one. Right there. Any other suggestions, ideas, or comments? Nope. Awesome. All right, cool. So that was my main thing. Like I said, I just want to kind of.
Brett's trying to say something.
Oh, Brett, go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was going to say two-pronged approach to think about. One, you got to rally the clubs, right? We got to get more clubs that want to participate in this, because I can't remember what Mario said. It's like, what is it, $15 or $25 per club to like as like
15,
a vendor.
yeah.
So we need to get a firm commitment from clubs that like they want to participate in this, right? Or else it's just a waste of C.A.E.B and or Senate's money. So that's one side of it. And then definitely write about classified Senate, reaching out to professors personally. I know the home bases are having a lot of success connecting with students. So those 8 clusters of majors, each cluster has its own staff person that's like a academic coach. I think getting in contact with them to help promote, like, hey, we're gonna have this club fair on, whatever day we decide to do it. And so one side of the house has to really get the clubs going. I think that's where you're gonna need Mario's help the most, because he does have those connections with those clubs. And then the other side would be reaching out to other campus partners to really promote it. A lot of it's on Instagram. I mean, that's just the way we're finding we connect with students. Not every student checks their whatever at Los Rios email. I think the most bang for your buck is just, like Naomi said, promoting heavily on Instagram early and often.
Okay.
But some things to think about. I know it's not easy, but that's the world we're living in right now. So.
Right. I'll reach out to Mario and kind of talk to him about it and see if he maybe will create maybe like a Google form and see if the response that we get back from the clubs. to see if they even want to participate in something like this. So that way, you're right. So we're not wasting time, energy, or any of our valuable resources. But yeah, I just want to kind of put this on the agenda to kind of talk about it. I know that we're working on the self-care. That's a student engagement project, but now I want to kind of do both, the club and the student engagements. That's what C.A.E.B is basically for. So I want to make sure that we utilize and do what our Constitution states. So awesome. Any other thing for 10.1? Nope. Hearing none, seeing none, we'll go ahead and move over to 10.2, Club Point Allocation System. This time should be reserved to discuss and potentially take action on implementing the Club Point Allocation System from previous C.A.E.B President Kevin Hill. I tried to get our lovely previous C.A.E.B President Kevin Hill to join us, but he is unfortunately really, really busy. He promises he'll join one of our meetings eventually. Brett, you look like you're gonna say something. You're smirking about it. Oh, yeah. So he did send me, however, I'll go ahead and share my screen. This is something that we implemented last. Okay, so first off, let me do this. The reason why I'm putting this on the agenda is because Mario has been reached by a couple different clubs wanting to know how are they going to do their point system, how are they going to receive funds. So for the new ones that are here, I want to kind of like go over this so that way you can take it back to your club. I'll be sending, Mario will be assisting me on sending this out to all clubs. So they kind of know how they're going to get funds and incentive points and stuff like that. So let me go ahead and reshare my screen. All right. So as we can tell right here, let me kind of zoom in maybe a little bit. Here we go. Club point allocation A, CLD A.S.B participation. It's 4 points per an event with a 40-point limit. If they have club meetings, it's 1 point per meeting, 10 points, 10-point limit. If they attend any type of workshops, they get 3 points per workshop, 15-point limit. C.A.E.B meetings, if they join these meetings right here, 3 points per meeting. The limit will be the number of meetings that we have per semester. So as soon as this kind of goes into, I'm thinking about possibly retroacting it back, since that way because we did have some C.A.E.B reps join us. So I'll probably retro it back. Campus participation, since we're not going to be on campus, I'm going to do basically like a virtual campus participation. They try to do some type of virtual events. 2 points per event, 30-point limit. Campus enrichment again. The campus participation was the first one. This one's campus enrichment. So like once again, since we're not on campus, it's gonna be kind of hard to do these. If any other club assists another club with their event, they'll get 3 points. And I think this is the same one, but we kind of changed up. We have, and I wanted to send this out to both. Oh, that's what it was. So this one has a campus point allocation system A, has a certain number of points. And then if you go down here to B, they kind of change. Some of the points are kind of changed to find out how many points we want to give out. So I will send this out to everybody and then have them kind of look. And what I want to do is I want to decide which point system we should use. Should we use allocation point system B or the point system A? So I'll send this out to everybody and get your guys' feedback if you don't mind. Any questions on that? No? Yeah, Brett?
One comment, it's really going to be on the clubs to keep track of their points. Between Mark, Aisha, and Naomi, it's impossible. The bandwidth, right, to monitor all that is impossible. So we're really just asking the clubs to keep track of that and be honest. It's hard to audit that, right, and verify, but we're kind of honor system when clubs are doing their meetings, workshops they attend, and any of those other criteria. So as the advisor, that's a big ask from me. It's just that clubs really need to monitor that on their own. I know last year, Kevin only got a few clubs to respond back with their points. And then some clubs were expecting, Kevin and Jose and them and Mark to track that, which is impossible. So yeah, something to think about. So that's all.
All right, cool. I'm gonna share something real quick again. This was sent. Kevin sent this to me right here. So I'll be sending this out. Actually, we'll be sending this out to all the clubs. We got to change the date from 2019 to 2020, 2021. But this is kind of like a quick breakdown of everything I just showed you guys. So that way it's a lot easier to understand instead of just some Google Doc with context and numbers. But if you guys have any objections with anything that's on this list or how these points are done, please let me know. I'm also going to be setting up, like Brett was saying, it's going to be an honor system. So maybe if we require the advisor to sign off on it, so that way it kind of goes up on the advisor as well. So maybe we'll do that. What do you think, Brett? You think that would probably be a better, just have the advisor sign off on it just to kind of, okay. All right, cool. Any questions on this 10.2? Please speak or forever hold your peace. Speak now. Wow, we are such a lovely, lovely board. Let's all get up and do like 10 jumping jacks so we can all, there we go. Now everyone is smiling now. I know, go ahead.
I do have a question. Sorry. I saw on it said C.A.E.B passport. And I was just curious, what is the C.A.E.B
I'm
passport?
waiting for Kevin to send that to me. It's actually like how Brett was just stating, like where they keep track of their points.
Okay.
It's a passport type thing. It's just a document where we have to make it virtual now instead of an actual form. I was actually digging through all my forms to find it because I actually have one of the passports that we created. But now I got it's basically like I'm gonna do a Google form, but it's gonna be like a C.A.E.B passport where like if they get once a month they'll submit it. And then that way we can kind of keep track on how we're gonna delegate the money out to the clubs. But that's what the passport thing is. Any other questions? Comments, concerns, jumping jacks, backflips. I'll give somebody $100 to do a backflip right now. Hey, look, now hold on. Matt looks like he was getting ready to be like, I might
I can
try.
attempt. I can
I can attempt.
do anything for $100.
Right, me too. Right now nowadays. All right, cool. So if there's no objections, we'll go ahead and move on. Any other comments, questions, concerns? 10.2. Cool. Seeing none, hearing none. We'll go ahead and move over to committee reports. This time is reserved for committee chairs to provide the board with a brief report on the current standing of active committees. Let me hear what you guys got. Any updates, reports on some committees? Go ahead, Naomi.
So I know I brought this up in Student Senate, but we have the Student Advisory Committee, which is the presidents from the 4 different colleges. They're creating different task forces. I think there are 5. So it's basic needs, Black Lives Matter, legislative affairs, student services, and communications. And we have a person of interest, which is like a rotating chair for 2 of the committees, basic needs, you, Mark, and communications, it's Nick. We are looking for these people of interest, which again, like I say, they're like rotating chairs of these committees with the where they share basically the chair position with the other persons of interest from the different colleges. So we are looking for both membership and just POIs for the other 3. Oh, hang on, I might have signed up as POI. No, for Black Lives Matter, student services, and legislative affairs. So if you are personally interested in joining one of these or being a POI, please let me know. And if you can share the word, spread the word about this, because these are available for any students. They don't need to be in Student Senate, in C.A.E.B, in any club. So just share the word.
Awesome. Thank you, Naomi. Any other committee reports? No mental health committee reports or anything like that? No? Okay. All right, awesome. So we'll go ahead and move over to board member reports and announcements. This time is reserved for the board members to inform the board about relevant campus-wide events and to report any pertaining community progress activities. Time limit of 3 minutes per report shall be reserved. This is when clubs will give an update, or if anybody wants to tell everybody that they got an A on their test. Yes, Naomi. Okay, she said, go ahead, Aisha.
Sorry, Naomi. So I know that SHIP, if I am correct, one of the clubs from last meeting is having a movie night, and the movie is, oh gosh, I just saw their email and I totally blanked out, but I'll send out the email to all of you if you are available this Friday to watch the movie. There's also a resume workshop that another club is doing this Friday. Gosh, my brain. I'll send out the email for them.
Thank you, Aisha. Naomi, go ahead.
So I know that Women of STEM and Pride in STEM are jointly holding a virtual science fair on Friday. So it's a lot of things on Friday, especially with that student impression panel. But I'm really excited for that science fair if I can make it. Fingers crossed. So that should be really interesting. They have more information on their Instagram page, both Pride in STEM and Women of STEM. They both have separate Instagram pages. You can find that. Looks really cool. I think they're going to have raffles and costumes and really cool.
Awesome. Super exciting. That should be cool. Any other board member report? Oh, hold on 1 second. Lori just joined us. Awesome. Glad you can join us. So we're in the board member report. So any other board member reports?
That includes clubs.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, so sorry, Mike. I just got in. Last week, Social Club had a speaker from Western Service Workers Association who help low-income families. And then we're meeting today. And then next week, instead of meeting on election day, we're going to go to Professor Kawamoto's class on Thursday, where he has a speaker on QPOC, which is queer people of color. So that's how we're finessing election day.
Awesome. Naomi, go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to, so I know one of the stage members, they created this student access card, virtual student access card that Beheshta is sporting on her Instagram profile pic. So I didn't know if she wanted to share more about that.
Bahasha, please.
Yeah, thank you, Naomi. Yes, the Sage Student Ambassadors, they show their creative. One of our sages, Ethan, he created access card, the Zoom access card temple. It looks so great, which I already have on my profile. And also we have the Zoom, we have the link. I will share that. Everyone can create that. If for those people who wanna who do not turn on their videos, that's great. Yeah, that's all. Thank you, Naomi.
Awesome.
Yeah, and also
I can.
ASA have their second meeting this week on Thursday. So I will send a link if Mark you wanna join with us, because that will be our first meeting. So yeah, that's all.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I'm actually. Here's the link, everybody. If you guys click on that link right there, Make sure you follow the directions that's on the template. So that way you don't mess it up. You actually make a copy of it so that way you can kind of go in there and just play around. But if I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna make sure this should be the link just to make sure. Zoom Pro access to, yep. Okay, so I just clicked on it again myself. All right, awesome. Yes, Naomi.
Just wanted to say MUN is also meeting today. I don't remember what time, but they are meeting today.
12:30.
What time, Matt?
12:30 p.m.
12:30.
Yes, sir. All are welcome.
12:30. Awesome. So also I just found out that C.A.E.B has collaborated with Advancing X, which is very interesting. So they're going to be meeting the CEO, Dr. Eduardo Diaz. I used to work for that company. I no longer work for that company. But it's a great company. They're a space flight, human space flight company. They're actually going to be sending students to space. So if you guys are interested, I was their international marketing coordinator, as well as their sponsorship coordinator. Brett kind of knows a little bit about it. I used to breathe, sleep, bleed Advancing X. This is where I learned all of my patience and factors and understanding stuff. Yes, Naomi.
Question: did you go to space?
No. I actually did the underwater. I actually did the underwater training. We went to South Lake Tahoe and did a space vehicle mock-up training. I still got pictures of all that and stuff like that. It was cool. It was the same dimensions as a space capsule. But we had to do some training underwater and work with teams, and that's how I learned about team building and team building and working and stuff. But I did meet some international candidates actually. I picked them up at the airport and brought them over to the cabin in Tahoe. So it was interesting. If you have LinkedIn, go search me on LinkedIn, and then you can it'll give you the hyperlinks to all the stuff that I was involved with and stuff like that. Would I go to space? I would be the first one and be like, can you just put me on a one-way? I'll go out there and give you guys some reports from space. But no, I love it. And I was kind of shocked when it came across Instagram. I was like, wow, I didn't even hear about it. And then so I reached out to Dr. Diaz and congratulated him on collaborating with ARC. So we should see how interesting this should be. So it's November 6th, if I'm not mistaken, or the 3rd, November 6th or the 3rd. If you got IG, go look at it real quick. C.A.E.B is the one that's doing it. All right. Any other board member reports, announcements, comments, questions, concerns? Yeah, go ahead.
Just a reminder, election day is next week. So if you haven't voted early, there's still time. I wouldn't say lots of time, but there's still time. Go vote.
Awesome. That's what it was I wanted to mention. I'll send it out to you guys. The campus climate survey that I sent out to Student Senate was very interesting. If you guys are interested in it, if you guys are, I can send it out to you guys. Matt, I have your email address? If you could put it in the chat, that'd be awesome.
For sure.
And Chad, if you could put your email in the chat if you would like to.
I can get it. Mark, I can get it to Chad. Don't worry about it.
Okay, cool. I'll let you do that then. Sounds good. And go ahead and move on to public comment. All right, this time is reserved for members of the public to address the clubs and events board on issues not already appearing on the agenda. A limit of 2 minutes per speaker shall be observed with a maximum of 4 minutes per topic. No discussion is allotted on public comment. The law does not permit any action to be taken nor extended discussion of any items not on the agenda. The ASB clubs and events may briefly respond to statements made for questions posed. However, for further information, please contact ASB C.A.E.B president for the item of discussion to be placed on a future agenda. At this time, do we have any public comment? I knew it. You knew it. You said it. You said as soon as public comment would come, you'd think of it. Go ahead, Brett.
I remember two things. The Career Center is doing a career fair on Tuesday, November 17th. I can email everyone out the flyer. They still have over 50 employers looking to hire folks. So if you're interested, obviously it's virtual, so it's not like last year, right? And the Student Center come in and talk with folks, but definitely get involved in that if you're interested. And then on Naomi's point, voting, yes, it's 1 week from today. ARC is an actual polling place. So if you are a Sacramento County resident, you can drop off your ballot there starting, I believe, Saturday. And then if you're not registered to vote there, you can still do a provisional ballot there, I believe. Naomi's my expert since she is a poll volunteer, but that's the public comment I'd like to make.
If you want to come visit me on election day or on 3 days before election day, I'll be at Bella Vista High School.
Oh, that's literally right across the street from my parents' house. Literally.
Yay.
They live right behind the school. That's so funny. I'll stop by. All right, any other public comment? Nope. Hearing none and seeing none, we'll move on to everybody's favorite part of the meeting. Adjournment. With no objections, hearing and seeing no objections, we'll go ahead and adjourn this meeting at 11:10. This is when everybody does backflips and claps their hands. Yay. All right, guys. Now I'm glad you guys can join real quick. Let me go ahead and